Hello everybody. We're moving along. I'm actually at the interior stage now. I'm trying to get the wiring done in the passenger compartment. So I'm going to take you through what I've got planned out, see what you think, and maybe get some opinions from everybody out there in internet land, YouTube land, and give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. So let me grab some of the stuff, throw the cam on my head, and we'll get this posted maybe tonight. So hang tight. Okay, hopefully everybody's got a good view on this. So this was actually just some carbon fiber wrap I had sitting around. So I'm thinking of just leaving this, but I'm gonna have this thing bolt from the front, just 4 screws. I figured that was easily removable, and if I get tired of this, I'll just wrap it with something else. It was quick and simple. Literally took me about, I don't know, 3-4 minutes to wrap it. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do with that. Gauges aren't in there, of course, yet. I figure I'll wait till later. I'm still undecided on the brow piece. I thought maybe a lip all the way down might look good, but I'm trying to keep it somewhat original looking on the interior, but I don't know. So here's what my plan is. So I've got this really cool, I think they're called vintage gauges, and I'm gonna run the whole motor through this. So this will basically be my accessory switch to turn the whole car powered up. That'll run through probably a 70 amp relay. I got to figure out the loads, 50 to 70. Ignition switch will basically wake up the Coyote, and then the start, just a momentary start switch. And then I'm thinking one for maybe fuel pump. My son thinks that would be cool. And then one maybe for my fog lights down underneath. So this I was going to put into here. Hopefully you got the right. Kind of what Paul did on the internet, that little piece. But these gauges, you can see they stick out quite a ways, and it's going to be right up against that. So I'm kind of shying away from it, and my son thinks that it's going to look more vintage sticking it flat in the panel. So that's actually what I'm thinking of doing now. They basically cover up all 4 of these holes, flatten the panel there, then have 2 AC ducts here, one on the far side. Still undecided on a glove box. I think I might do that. And then underneath this will be my AC, which, the originals came with AC, right? Didn't they? Yeah, probably not. So it'd basically be something like this. A little off-center because the brow piece, I can't quite center this. I guess I could. And maybe I should make sure I center this in the dash, because I think that would look actually nicer. And then I can fill in the one hole. Boy, it's going to be right in there tight with that brow piece, though. So that's kind of my general consensus of what I'm thinking of doing. I think it'll look very vintage, very simple. Then I'm okay, where do you do with headlight switch? Well, I'm thinking of putting the headlight switch over on this side with a horn switch, probably do this type of horn switch so it all matches together. And then I think I'll have my high beam switch over here. Don't want to put it on the floor, just not, going to leave it up here. And I think that's all the switches I'll need. I'll need a hazard switch. Which that I could probably just put right up underneath the side there, a little hazard switch, or hide it somewhere under the dash. And that's pretty much it. So it's basically very simple, very basic. So throw out what you guys think. Do I do this? Do I leave the brow piece? Do I go crazy and totally change the dash? I don't know. But this is what I'm leaning towards. Probably have one indicator light up here for my check engine, maybe a fan light when the fan comes on. Don't know yet, haven't decided on that, but as I said, and then I do have a special, I think it's called Glow Shift. It's a temp gauge, which is digital, which we're not going to fit this at all, but I wanted to keep this layout. So with the digital one, I'm thinking of just kind of burying it up underneath, make a little bracket that comes over, and just so you can barely even notice it, but I can kind of glance down real quick and get an idea, yeah, oil temps it. And then once I get an idea the oil and diff don't overheat, I don't really need, I'll probably yank that thing back out. Once I get an idea of what they're doing. That's why it's kind of a temporary gauge, but we'll wire it up permanent, and then I can always pull it in and out, whatever I want to do. So give me your thoughts. Do I try to get this perfectly centered, which I think is right into here, which means this power one. So if that's the case, I'm going to be onto this brow piece. I could always cut the brow piece up a little bit. Maybe, I'm even thinking about maybe trimming the brow piece so it doesn't stick so far out. I could cut it up. There's all sorts of ways I could make this brow piece custom. So give me your thoughts. I'd love to see your ideas. As I said, my original plan, down into here kind of just is not going to work. And my son said, nah, it's not going to look good angle, Dad. It needs to be flat. So, okay, fine. And I agree, it looks a little more old school, a little more race cars that way. So let me know. So I guess that's it for this episode, which is actually almost 5 minutes. So thanks for watching, and love to see your comments. As I said, I'm having a hard time with this interior. My Cobra, I did a full aviation thing with aviation bezels on the speed head gauges, and it looked awesome. It was one of a kind. I mean, the dash layout was incredible. I'm just not getting the vision on this car. I don't know why. I usually get a vision of what I want, and I'm just not seeing it here. So far, my son's idea appeals the most to me. Very easy to do, no major modifications, straightforward. But yeah, throw out some ideas, and thanks again for watching, and hit subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks.